I think it's Sunday the 10th of May, isn't it? This is our 4th lesson. And here we go. And that's it. Well done. Very nice indeed.
Nice.
So now we're going to work on the next line now. So what are our next words? What have we got? I kept on believing in hope. Did we do that last week, or have you done that since? Since. Go on then. Let's have a listen then.
I just did this bit though. The red bit.
Yeah. Right. Go on then. Play that for me. Well, I know, and there's also an ease as well, isn't there? Like, because you can play one note at a time with that hand, can't you? Would it be easier leaving it on all the time rather than on and off? What do you think? Or, the other thing I was thinking about, is it actually nice to be able to touch the notes with your real hand rather than just that? Do you like the feel of it when you play with your...
Probably depends on the situation, doesn't it? I mean, sometimes it might be a good one for one thing, especially if you're trying to play three notes at a time.
Yes,
great.
Indeed.
Sometimes just like a little tinkler, little stumps.
Yes, I mean, let's try and do that. Absolutely, do just play with your stumps. It's very valid. In fact, in the future, you know, there's certain things we're going to be able to do where you don't need your hand. You'll just be able to use your stump, which is great in itself. Okay, there's all sorts we can do. But for now, I'll tell you what, let's get into it so that you don't have to keep taking it on and off like that every 5 minutes. Just try, because have you ever tried playing just the melody with your hand? No, exactly. So I think we should, because again, there's a lot of things we can do where you're just playing one note like that, and maybe, you know, we did this last week like this. That's very useful to be able to do. So, for example, you see, look, if we played separate notes, you're going from a D to a G, aren't you? Right, on your tune. Right? So, by playing one note, you'll have to go from there and then move up. Whereas, look, if you did that, but look, that finger's already there, look. So there's virtually no movement that you need. Now, that's the best thing to do. See what I mean? So when you have big leaps, it's very useful to be able to do it like that. Okay, so let's try from there then. Good, lovely. So now the whole line. Okay, now do me a C chord. See what I mean? You can go from single notes to a chord. Yes, absolutely, without taking your hand off. So that's just practically, isn't it? Much better, and I like that. I was really chuffed last week when you can do that. Right, let's now let's really get into this second line of the song. So, I like the melody, it's good. Did you work it out yourself? Wow. We're on our way. And sister as well. Well, marvellous. Duo. So, let's just try the tune again. Just sitting there, you know, like, because you can do single notes. Doesn't have to keep taking the hand on and off. Yeah. We can leave it on, which is much
brilliant.
Better. It's great that she has that movement.
Oh, I know.
Like that.
I know. It's great that you've got that. And I always thought she was very lucky that they were both the same length. Pretty much. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because you can get some that are...
Oh, you can.
Which would be a lot harder, so...
Well, did you see that guy in the paper? He had... it was some disease in hospital, and he lost his arms and his legs and his lips. And it was Guy Martin, you know, from Coldplay. Gave him £10,000.
Right.
Which isn't that much, of course, at the end of the day, but nevertheless, to help with this. No arms and legs. And no lips. The lips went as well.
One all from you too. Give her £1,000.
You never told me that. So how much do I get then as your band teacher? What do you reckon? 20%?
She's met so many famous people, it's ridiculous.
But I'm the most famous of all.
Easy.
Well, I will one day.
Hands down, eh?
Absolutely. Bono. Bono.
Bono. It was like, I got this phone call and it was like, well, sure, she doesn't want any kind of publicity.
No.
I was like, don't worry, I'm not going to. But, yeah.
Right, I'll be contacting the Northern Echo tomorrow then. Bono.
Bono?
Well, the thing is, because people will think, oh, look, he's just doing it, there he is for that. And they're not like that at all.
What, Dad?
I am. I'd do anything for the publicity.
And obviously, she was like, what, who?
Oop.
This is this. Unbelievable.
I know she knows so many famous people and she doesn't
Yes. Wrong generation, really.
Yeah, people that we would love to meet until he's like, oh yeah, right, hello, nice to meet you.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes, quite
Didn't
like.
stage fright at all, you know?
Ah.
She's like, what, who? Is
I'm
it me?
here for a reason.
Right, come on then. So, back to the melody.
Go on then, buddy.
No, you're not going in there. I don't.
Now, actually, and I like that. I think it's better playing with the end finger, that one. Because it's more like what you do with your real hand. So, well done. Right, do it again, and that's good. So you can start with that inside one. That's great. I really like that. That's a first as well, isn't it? Playing a melody like that. Excellent. Now, okay, so what we need now is chords, isn't it? Have you been a bit struggling with the chords as to what might work and what not work? Okay, well, this is all part of learning about songs. So remember what we said last week. You've got the language of the words, haven't you? But we've also got the language of the music. We've got to put the two together so it sounds nice. So, question is, what chords are we going to use? So you've got your family of chords, haven't you? So you know any of those are sort of going to work. So the question is, what works with the tune? So we've got this part of the tune here. Probably what we want to do is the chords will be something along those lines there, I think, because normally the first two lines are fairly similar, right? So kept on now it's a bit like that line there, isn't it? Da 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 da. I kept on. You see, what you can actually do, sometimes we think it's harder than it actually is. Sometimes the simple things are really the best. So what I think there, because you've written the same notes there, you can actually do the same chords. Have you tried it with the same chords? No. Well, that will work very well. So, let's try D minor. Alright? That's it. So let's sing the tune. I kept on and then an E minor with the E, believe, and then up to a G chord, believing. What do you reckon about that? Let's try it again so that you think you can hear it yourself. So again, so D minor. I kept on. Oh. Have you got a nice coaster? Oh, you have got a nice coaster, haven't you? Oh, I haven't got a coaster. I give everything away. Look, I don't have anything for me. Now that's good, isn't it? Right, pen time. I think we should go for that. Red pen.
Pen.
Do you like my pens?
Yes.
I had an idea. You can have all of my pens. I've got loads at home. I keep lots of spares, so you can have those. I know. Do you want my leg as well? Do you want my leg? Do you need a leg?
No.
You can have my leg. I got one at home. You're all right for legs, aren't you? Okay, so let's get that down on the flat. So it's going to be D minor. I've been having a chat with my dad as well about what we can do about getting a little pen holder. So we've both been mad busy this week, so we'll have a little think about what we can do so she doesn't have to take her hand off. But
I don't know how you find the time. It's brilliant. Like, there's people like you where I'm going, thinking about it all the time. Because by the time you're done on Monday to Friday, Saturday at Stagecoach, Sunday you get your work done, and it's another week again. Holidays are great, obviously.
Yeah.
Great for development.
It's just a treadmill, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, even me on my own, well, I've had some building work done, and, you know, there's always this, that and the other going on, so... Believing... Well, absolutely, you see? There we are. Very good indeed. I love your writing as well, it's really neat. I was very impressed by that. Right. So, we've got the next bit now. I mean, I like the melody. I think the melody is very good. So, let's see what we can do. I kept on believing... No, it's all right. She's too busy working. How are we doing? How many minutes is this on? 10 minutes. Right. Let's see what we can do. Right. I kept on believing... So, I reckon believing... See, if you think about where the stress... You say believing, don't we? Believe. So the chord wants to be on leave. Believing in hope. And there on the beginning of hope, right? So, let's start the line again. It's always good to start the line and see what happens next. So, chords. Yeah, so we're back to chords and you can just sing the tune.
I kept on.
Okay, so then, believing... So it's an F tune. Well, if it's an F tune, what chord would fit very well with an F note?
An F.
F chord. Try it. See if you like it. So start at the beginning. Always good to start at the beginning and, you know, go from there.
Feel it.
Feel it, yeah. There's a flow. There really is a flow. It's phenomenal how it works. Because if you just take a fixed point, you see, you can work something out, but it doesn't tie in with what's gone before.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I kept on.
What do you reckon? Fits? Nice? Like it? There we are. You see, it's not rocket science. You had your family of chords. If it's an F note, you had an F chord there. Bound to work. Alright? Good. I like that F. Believing in...
What's that?
That's the rough copy.
The rough copy. Have you written on it?
No.
Another copy.
Is this not working?
Marvellous.
Does that not work?
Did you write this out first then? Was this your first ever go? Was it really? Oh, well, you keep that. And it's called a draft. Have you heard of a draft? It's not when you leave the door open. Because I've kept everything. Every song, every piece of music I've ever written, I've kept everything because it's precious. You know, you'll probably go on and write hundreds of songs. And that is this the first, your very first attempt? Well, that's very precious.
See, I put ice, but I wrote
You did? Well, absolutely, you see, that's right. You wrote it down and you thought, well, actually, it'd be better the other way around, wouldn't it? It's all part of working it out. It's a process. So this is very precious. You should keep that. Right. Okay, so we've got an F. Let's start again, and then we'll do the F chord. And then we'll have to think of one more chord after that.
Good boy.
I know, thank you. I try to be.
I kept on.
Now, hope. So hope is an E. So we need... Well, we need an E. So what chords would fit an E?
G and a B.
G and a B, yeah, we've got a...
The B's not there.
Well, the E, no I, we've got that, leaving in... Well, try the E minor, that would work, wouldn't it? Believing in, we'll just do the hope. So E minor. Where's he? That's it?
Where should I do it?
Just on the E, on hope. So we're hope.
Okay.
Hope. So question is, right, okay, let's get your F chord written then. For that.
Your crazy purchases.
And you put the painting on.
Yeah.
Lovely. Believing in. Oh. E minor, didn't we? Yeah. Well, you can write it in for now. As I said to you last week, you know, this is your song and you can change anything over time if you want to.
Go play in the other room so it doesn't...
Right, let's go from the start now because we've got quite a lot, haven't we? You don't have to put the lid on, just leave it there because we'll be using it again.
Pop it on.
I do love that. It's marvellous, isn't it? Is it still staying on all right?
Yeah.
Fine, isn't it? Yeah, good.
The little tube grip, you know, the bandage thing, that seems to really help. The fact that you push it in and then you've got that friction with the fold.
Yes,
Brilliant.
it was a fluke.
It goes in the button.
I can't say it was planned.
It's worked a charm.
Yep, absolutely.
It's great.
And even as you grow, it'll last quite a while, won't it? Because you'll grow into it.
Right.
Right. Okay, from the beginning then. Oh. Right, I'll tell you what we should do now. Do a G chord after that. Oh yeah, because we've got one there, haven't we? Look, oh, probably after with the D as well. Put a G chord there. Nice, very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Right, we can move on now. What's our next words? And when you're sad, when you're lonely, think of me and that'll cheer you up. Right, so we'll do it here with your pens now. There we are. Look, we can have my very own pen. These are about £2.50 each, these. Dead posh. Take the blue one. Right, let's write out, and when you're sad and when you're lonely. Same little pattern, look, leave a gap, so that's sort of gap, so about there.